Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and in this video we're going to walk you through the Knox outerwear and layering system available at RevZilla.com. So this video is going to be a little bit different than the normal product reviews that we would do here at RevZilla. What we're going to do is we're going to walk you through Knox's innovative collection and explain to you the different layering system that they have incorporated and how they intend it to be used. So keep in mind that everything here you can use for combating warm weather, cold weather, and then you can also use some of their outerwear as just casual pieces when you're not on the motorcycle. And we're going to walk you through all of that utilizing old Joe on my left-hand side. He has just turned 40 years old. You handsome son of a gun for 40. He's gonna be the model throughout the entire piece. So Joe's measurements: weighs 170 pounds, stands at 5'8", and he has a 40-inch chest. So just keep that in mind as we walk you through the sizes of the gear he's wearing. And let's kick things off by talking about base layers. So we're going to kick things off by talking about base layers because this is the first step in your layering journey. Joe on my left-hand side is currently wearing the Knox Max Dual Active shirt, and this is worn directly against the body. You're not wearing anything underneath this. And the benefit of starting with a base layer is that in the warmer months of the year, it helps to wick sweat away, which helps to keep you cool. And in the colder months of the year, this helps to keep warmth in, and it's that extra layer of warmth before you start layering on top of it. Now, when we're looking at Knox base layers, they're all going to have a few similar features: 4-way stretch, flat lock stitching, and they're going to be odor resistant because, again, it's being worn directly against the body. Now, sizes for this one are going to range from a small up to a 3XL, and Joe is currently wearing a medium. And like I said, this is that first step in the process. You're going to start off with the base layer and then layer on top of that, and we're going to now move on to protection. So we've now come to the protection layer, and this is where that moto-specific protection begins to ramp up. What you're going to see now is CE level protection for impact armor as well as abrasion-resistant materials. So if you are involved in a crash, you're going to be protected. Now, the outfit that Joe is currently wearing, or the shirt that Joe is currently wearing rather, is the Knox Urbane Pro shirt. Knox has a couple different varieties of shirts that you can wear for this protection layer. The reason that I went with this one for around the $260 point, in the summer months, you could actually wear this as a standalone jacket. It's a really innovative piece from Knox. So you have CE level armor at the elbows and the shoulders, CE level 2 armor at the back. So the elbows and shoulders is CE1, back protector is included at CE level 2, and then you have abrasion resistant stretched nylon over your impact zone, so your elbows and your shoulders, and then you have 2 different layers of stretch mesh. So in the warmest months of the year, when you really don't want to be wearing big bulky gear but you still want to be protected, this can be worn as a standalone piece, which is super innovative considering, you know, the mesh jackets it's going up against. It's designed to be worn nice and snug. Joe is wearing this in a medium. You can see how form-fitting it is. That helps to hold the armor in place. If you want to add chest armor, there are pockets for that. But then if you want that extra layer of protection from the elements, you can now layer on top of this for extra warmth as the temperatures begin to cool down. So now let's talk about mid layers. So Joe has now added a mid layer to the collection, and this is really going to work to give you protection from the elements, right? So as temperature begins to drop, Joe already has that impact protection, that abrasion resistance with that protective layer. Now what he's doing is he's just adding a mid layer on for additional warmth as the temperature begins to cool down. And what he's wearing is the Knox Cold Killer Sport Top, coming in around the $100 mark. What you're going to see here is a sophisticated mid layer. You've actually got wind blocking at the front, which helps to cut down on the wind which gets in, which is one of the reasons you get really cold when you're riding a motorcycle. That is going to be lined with fleece behind that, so very comfortable to wear. And then the back is going to have a 3D fleece to really allow for that warmth to kind of hold through to the back as well. So there's a lot of mid layers within Knox's line. There's a couple different options to choose from, and this is going to be one that works really well with this collection that we're putting together. Now, the last and final piece of this is going to be the outer layer. So let's get Joe geared up with that right now. So the final layer is your outer protection layer, and this is really where style and fashion meet. One of the really cool things about Knox is they've designed all their outer layers to work with or without the armor underneath. So just keep that in mind. They've designed a lot of their stuff really to be great casual pieces, as well as, you know, to add in that level of protection from the elements. And part of the way they've done this, regardless of whether it's their textile pieces or their leather pieces, is that if it's designed to be worn over armor, it's going to have an expansion zipper which runs the length of the side. So Joe, go ahead and face sideways for me. Just lift that arm up. And what you're going to notice on any of their pieces that, again, are designed to be worn over their layers, you'll notice this large expansion zipper, which runs the side of the jacket all the way up, and then down the arm. And the real purpose that you're getting with this is that if you have that armor on, you open that zipper up and you still get a nice comfortable range of motion. And then if you take the armor out and you're wearing it as a casual piece, you can zipper that up. Joe, you can go ahead and face forward for me. And you can wear it as a casual jacket and it still looks nice and form-fitting. You've got great Euro styling throughout all of their outerwear pieces. Now, Joe's currently wearing the Oulton jacket, and this is coming in around the $400 price point. You're getting 100% waterproof. You're getting YKK AquaGuard zippers on this. You're also going to see tape sealed seams on the inside, and you have really sophisticated reflective. So if you look at this jacket in just regular light, it doesn't look like there's any reflective on it whatsoever. But if you were to shine a light on it, or if you take your camera phone and actually take a photo of this, you'll see exactly where the reflective is. So all the way down the arms, all the way down the back, some of the most sophisticated reflective design that we're seeing from any manufacturer. Knox is really leading the way with what you're getting from a reflective standpoint. So really what you're seeing here is that final piece in layering up within Knox's line. Now the beauty of everything that we've talked about today is that you can choose to mix and match, and you can mix and match with other manufacturers. Knox has a lot of really great stuff within their lines that can really be used to complement your existing setup. Don't feel like you have to go head to toe with everything you've seen here, but think about what pieces you can use to complement the existing gear that you're riding. So with that being said, we have walked you through head to toe. Joe on my left-hand side looks like he's ready to go out and ride a motorcycle, and you now have a better idea of how to utilize all the different Knox pieces together to give you one giant complementing piece. So if you have any questions as to how these pieces are working for riders that are currently out there using it, now is when you want to click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read individual product reviews for everything that we've talked about today. If you're not sure which pieces of gear are right for you and your riding style, reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot an email over to cs@RevZilla.com. I want to thank you for joining us for this look at the Knox layering guide. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.